start?
Hey, we are. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Give me the camera. I'm on a slide, backwards though, and if I let go of this, I'll probably fall. We're at the park. Here, take us. I gotta somehow grab myself up. Okay.
It's a dinosaur slide.
It is. Those are the stairs. I don't know if you can even see them, but we're
hanging out.
Yeah. Val was over there, and I was sitting over there on the swing. Okay, anyway. Back down to business. Let me just put you guys down. Okay.
Ooh, heads get cut off.
Head's getting cut off. I didn't really plan this out, so that's better. Okay, so we're talking today. Somebody wrote in, and we decided to talk about, I'm getting a glare of sun splotch on me. Talk about STDs, types of STDs, how you can get them, what you should do, and stuff like that. So we're going to give our inputs, things that like I have done, things that Val has done, and kind of just give you guys a little advice on if you're in a monogamous relationship, or if you're like just sleeping around or having one-night stands. She can't be serious at all ever.
I am being serious.
So,
anyway, it's important to always be careful, because a lot of people are naive and they're all like, oh, it'll never happen to me, blah, blah, and then they think, you know.
She talks, she's like, no.
But, I mean, it's possible. A lot of people can get things. One thing that people tend to be naive about is they think that if someone has herpes, they can still have sex with them, use a condom, and you won't get it. Wrong. Wherever your underwear touches, all you gotta do is touch that. You can wear condoms and stuff all day long. If you're grabbing on their butt or something, you can get it.
True.
I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, so a lot of people I know are like, oh, well, if I do this, I'll be fine. It's like, that's, you know, but, hey, you know, people just need to be careful.
I mean, the way I see it, I have gotten tested for HIV years ago, a couple times, because, yes, I did have different partners, and I wanted to make sure. I mean, one can say, yes, that they don't have an STD, or, you know, they don't have herpes or gonorrhea or hepatitis or AIDS. One can say, no, I don't have that. But the thing of it is, do you believe them? I mean, you can't just go on like what they're saying. So therefore, I've gotten tested for lots of things, because you never know. You don't want to take a chance. I mean, once you have herpes, I mean,
the gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly. You can't get rid of it. And I hate those people that when they do have herpes, I give credit to the people that are honest about it, and they tell the person that they're with that, hey, you know what, there's something I have to tell you. I have herpes, I got it from blah, 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 whatever, and I just wanted to tell you so you know. And you should always be honest. If you do have an STD, be honest with the person that you're with, whether it's just a relationship starting off, or, you know, something that's gonna go far, or whatever, a monogamous relationship. Like, we're married. Do I get tested anymore? No. I trust my wife to not.
No. I trust her not. You gotta trust that there's not cheating, otherwise there's something wrong with the relationship in general. But, I mean, if you're in a monogamous relationship, you've both been tested for, you know, even if you're not the person that ever slept around or did anything, it's still good to get tested, at least to make the other person feel better, so they know. I mean, that's normal.
Right. And, like, okay, so I think that if you're starting off into a relationship, and I actually had a viewer write in and ask me about this once before. They wrote in and said the person it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, transgendered, straight. It doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. You can still get an STD no matter what. It doesn't matter what your gender or who you're sleeping with. That doesn't have no what's the word I'm looking for?
It doesn't discriminate. STDs will find you.
Have no gender.
And a lot of them don't show symptoms, so a lot of people may think they're okay. Like, take AIDS, for example. A lot of people, well, I'm sure a lot of people, I don't know any personally, but people, could make a mistake, sleep around or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm so worried, and then they run off and get tested. It's like, that's great, but even AIDS testing sometimes won't show up for 6 months to a year or so after you've actually been contracted it. So during that year's time before it actually shows up in a test or whatever, you could be infecting all kinds of people, and that's not fair. I mean, you should always be careful.
Well, like what I was going to say, this girl wrote into me and said that this other girl that she was dating, they started dating. They were dating for 2 weeks or something, and they have not did any sexual anything, not even they kissed or whatever. But the girl that she was with refused. She wanted her girlfriend to get tested for STDs, and I guess apparently the girl refused to get tested. Now, you kind of understand where this girl's coming from. You're in a new relationship, you don't know who this girl's been with, and you don't know if this girl has anything. So to ease her mind, why not just be like, sure, I'll get tested for you. I mean, if you have nothing to hide, I'll get tested. We'll go together if you want. We'll get tested, and I'll prove to you that I don't have anything. Now, I think it's a little sketchy if you say no. I mean,
absolutely. I actually,
right?
It's funny because I know some people that will not sleep with anyone until they see in their hand documentation that they're clean.
Right.
And every now and then they'll run into a person that they got a relationship going, and they're kind of about to make that next step to be physical, and they've actually been insulted. And we'll be like, no, you don't trust me, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
And make a big deal out of it. They get defensive, and they won't do it, and they leave. And that's not fair either.
Right.
So, okay, we're going to stare at it.
That's fine. Here, just keep video.
I think it's a very reasonable request from anybody.
Absolutely.
And it should never be taken as an insult. If anything, you should be happy that they're that concerned, because then that kind of makes you feel better that they're probably clean.
They're not doing it to be nasty. They're just doing it to protect themselves.
Yeah, which everybody should.
Perfectly fine.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you have nothing to hide, then you know what? If you really want to be in a relationship with this person, then I think that you should by all means be like, sure, no problem.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That's that. No ifs and if before I met Val, if she would have said to me, I want you to get tested before we have any type of sexual intercourse, I would have been like, fine, that's fine, because
go together to the doctors or something,
exactly.
Whatever, get some blood work, get whatever you do, and
exactly,
it's a perfectly good, reasonable request, and I think more people should do it, because we wouldn't have such there wouldn't be such a prevalence of STDs around if people were more careful, cared more about their health.
Everybody should get tested. Everybody.
Absolutely.
I believe that at least a few times in life. And then if you're in a monogamous relationship or married, then you don't really have to get tested, because as long as you have trust and that you don't think that your spouse, husband, wife, whatever, is cheating, then you don't really need to get tested. I don't really feel like I need to go to the doctors right now and get tested, because I mean, if I had any herpes or gonorrhea, then I would be like, babe,
that's not gonna happen.
So with all that being said, a couple of different STDs are herpes, gonorrhea, hepatitis C, right?
Yeah.
That's
another thing. I just thought, just a total side note. When you hear about celebrities having things like hepatitis, which, despite however they want to say they got it, you can still get it by sleeping with them. So why is it?
You can get it from drugs, injecting needles. You can get it from...
Why is it that these celebrities that openly have it still find people willing to sleep with them?
Because they're rich and they have money.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I think my liver is a little more important.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't understand that. But yeah, I mean, even things like chlamydia usually doesn't always show signs.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not worried about it. It's easily curable. I can just go get, like, some penicillin. It's like, yeah, but it's still something that can cause problems. It could wreck you. It could, for women, sometimes, if you let it go untreated, because sometimes it's not noticed because there aren't a lot of symptoms, it can even render you, like, unable to have kids in the future if it, you know, the infection spreads and things happen. I mean, you gotta always be careful and just be aware that, oh yeah, just because this is curable, it's no big deal. It's like, it's still an STD.
Exactly. I mean, you have to be careful what you're doing, and especially with herpes, like we were saying, people think that, like, you have to be touching or
I think you have to be, like, penetrating each other,
right, or oral to, like, get it, and that's not the case. Even if, like Val said,
touch their whole pelvic region, their butt,
like, if you just touch right here,
you're gonna get it.
You can get it. I'm not saying you're going to, but you can. Anything is a possibility. Yeah. You can get it. So you have to be really, really careful. And sometimes, a lot of times, people that do have herpes don't always have symptoms. They don't. They don't always have outbreaks or anything like that all the time. That's true. You know, people are like, oh, well, I don't have anything because, yeah, I'm clean and I have nothing down there. That's not true.
Yeah, even with, like, genital warts and things like that, or there's so many out there that, I mean, to even try and go through the list, and I mean, it's just
by
gross.
All things, I think you guys should just get tested for yourself. Everybody should get tested.
And at least be a reasonable person where if you do have it, you have it, can't do anything about it, you know, the untreatable kind. Well, the uncurable kind, I should say.
Right.
At least be decent enough to tell your partner. And there also are, like, support groups, people, like, have these things, don't want to be a jerk and infect other people.
Yes.
And we'll actually have little groups and meetings and things where you can meet people that have it as well, so you don't really have to, you know, be all weird about it or infect other people.
That's actually really good, though, because then
it is very good.
If you meet somebody, hey, you guys both have the same thing, so you don't have to really worry about.
Yeah, you can have a normal, regular relationship without, you know, worrying about telling the other person.
You can still have a normal relationship, but that's only going to happen if you're honest and if that person's willing to deal with it. You know, and it doesn't have to be in, like we said, it doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in, gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can get anything at any point, no matter what. So I think that's pretty much it.
I hear the ice cream man.
Ice cream! Actually, my dad used to tell me, shocking, but my dad used to tell me that when the ice cream truck played music, that there was no ice cream. It was all sold out. What a jerk. Shocking, though. But yeah, so that probably means that there's no ice cream, babe.
I want ice cream.
So that concludes our STDs talk. So just be careful what you guys do, who you're doing it with.
Don't get insulted if someone asks you to get tested. If anything, that's a good thing. That's a good sign.
Right.
You got a good person there, perhaps. I mean, that's...
Absolutely.
I mean, so, yeah, don't be naive to it, and, you know, always be honest and aware that...
Always be...
Especially nowadays, it's so prevalent.
The best advice my mom put in our wedding card, my mom put, she loved us, and then she put, P.S., always be honest to each other. So, always be honest to each other. Exactly.
And I also think that if you're in a monogamous relationship and the other person cheats on you and ends up giving you an STD...
F them.
No, I think that legally, it is with AIDS. With AIDS, that person will go to jail for... I forgot the actual way they phrase it. But I think that people, if they don't tell the other person and they infect them and they know about it willingly, there should be jail time and legal repercussions.
Because you ruin that person's life now.
If someone told me they didn't and they cheated on me and something happened and I got it, I would fight to put them in jail and then sue the living hell out of them, and then I'd display them all over the internet.
You would never have to do it to me.
Okay, anyway.
So, I'm gonna go. We're gonna swing or whatever. But yeah, be careful. Be careful with who you're doing with it. I got love, guys. Peace, love. And we'll talk to you on Monday. Yeah, Monday.
What's Monday?
Just a day. It's
okay.
Daily vlogs.
Okay.
It's just a Manic Monday.
We'll talk to you on Monday.
Yeah. I'm gonna go slide down now.
Backwards?
Yep.
Okay, good times.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.